As we meet today on Yom HaZikaron, on the day that we remember the fallen soldiers who fought bravely to secure and keep Jews in Medinat Yisrael and really all over the world alive, we dedicate our learning today to the many soldiers who unfortunately have given up their lives. And of course, it's possible for me not to make special mention of my nephew, David Schwartz. We were reading Tehillim of David, um, who was unfortunately, sadly, tragically killed in Gaza. And so we learn specifically in his memory. The 17th chapter, Tfilah David, prayer of David. Shim'a Adonai Tzedek, Hakshiva Rinati, Ha'azina Tfilati, below Siftei Mirma. So God, listen to my just statement. What I'm going to say to you, God, is just. It is correct. Pay attention to my prayer. Rinati is Bilah. They both mean a prayer. Give ear to my prayer, uttered without guile, without falseness. In these chapters, we've heard a lot of words about terrible things that were said, about a lack of honesty. And so here David is saying, my prayers, as opposed to those, my prayers are without mirma. There's no trickery. There's no lying. Milfanecha mishpati yetze, einecha techazena meisharim. In front of you, before you, will my judgment come, my vindication come. Your eyes will see what is right, will see what is straight, what is the right path, the path that I have been on. We're in verse 3, Bachanti libi pakarata laila, Siraftani val timsa, zamoti bal ya'avor pi. You came to me at night. You looked at my mind. You tested me. And what happened? You didn't find any mistakes. I determined that my mouth would not transgress. I didn't say anything wrong. I listened to what you said, God. You came, you searched, you looked. How does David, how does the Mishora know that that's the case? That I can't tell you. But he's here as opposed to what he's described all over, people who are say one thing and think another and lie and cheat and plan and hide like lions ready for the right moment to jump out against the prey. I have done nothing wrong. Which doesn't mean nothing, but maybe I've done more good or a lot more good than bad. Lefulat adam bidvar svatecha, ani shamarti orchot paritz. As for man's dealings, according to your command, according to the words, as it were, whatever it means, your lips, I have kept them, even though I'm surrounded by lawlessness. I'm surrounded by people who are porates. The word paritz, like porates, means to make a breach, to knock down. Everybody who's around me is evil, is difficult, but I'm not. I'm listening to God. Tamoch ashurai bima aglotecha, bal namotu pe'amai. My feet have held steady to your paths. My legs have not given way. You think back in this verse to the opening chapter in Tehillim, where it says, Ashrei ha'aish asher lo alach batzat risha'im. Right? The man who did not walk with the wicked, his feet remained firm. Like the tree, as it's described, as it's compared to the metaphors, the tree there with the strong roots. My legs did not give way. They were strong, and they were strong with you, and they remained with you despite all of the winds, despite, in a sense, how I was swimming upstream. Ani karatich kita'aneni el hat oznechali shma imrati. And therefore I call on you, God. Answer me, God. Turn your ear to me. Hear what I have to say. Haflei chasadecha, in verse 7, pasuk zayin, Moshiach chosim mimitkomimim biminecha. So demonstrate, show your faithfulness in me. Show your wondrous deeds. Deliver me with your right hand, with your yamin. Deliver all those who seek refuge from evil, from their assailants. Shamreini ki ishon bat ayin, betzel kinafecha tastireni. Protect me, guard me like the apple of your eye, like your most choice thing. Hide me in the shadow of your wings. Mipnei rishaim zu shaduni oivai benefesh yakifu alai. From the wicked who attack me and who take my stuff, from my mortal enemies who are all over, who encircle me. Chel bamo Stagru fimo dibru vigeut. Their hearts are closed to pity. They're closed to it. Their mouths are full of geut, are full of arrogance. Ashurenu ata sibavunu, einehem yashitu lintot ba'aretz. Now they're on every side. They're all over. And they look with their eyes. And they're looking all over the land. And what we've seen in the past, we'll see in the next verse again, right? Dibyono ka'arye yichsof litrof, ukfir yeshev b'mistarim, like a lion eager for prey, the king of beasts lying in ways. Kuma Adonai kadma panav hechriu paltanafshi meiro shochar becha. Get up, God, go forth, bring them down, rescue me from the wicked with your sword. Mimeitim, we're in verse 14, Yadcha Adonai mimeitim mechelet chalkam b'chayim, utzvuncha timale vitnam, yispe'u vanim, v'hinichu yitram la'olelehem. From men with your hand, from men who share in life is small and is fleeting, right? Go take care of them. But right, those people who are wicked, their lives are fleeting. Their lives are hevel, would be a similar word to the word that's used here. Their lives are, it's a moment, it's something that happens. But those who listen to you, those who are your treasure chests, who are your treasures, they become full, and their sons will be satisfied, and they'll leave over something for the future generations. And part of this going back to what we had a couple of chapters back, where the wicked said, oh, there's no justice, there's no God, nobody's watching, everything will be fine for the future generations. It doesn't matter who I cheated, who I lied against. There's no less din, the less dayan. There's no judge, there's no justice. Maybe there's a God, but God doesn't pay attention. I can do whatever I want, and the future generations will be fine. And here, David is saying that's not the case. Yes, those people are successful, but their success is momentary, won't last forever. Those who remain on the path with you, God, they eventually, things will turn right for them. Their children will be satisfied. They'll have what to leave for the future generations, whether that be monetary stuff to leave, or more importantly, a moral legacy to leave. And finally, in verse 15, Ani v'tzedek echazeh panecha, espe'ah v'hakitz tmunecha. When this happens, then I will be justified, and I will be in the right to see your face. And even when I am awake, I am filled with your picture. I'm filled with a vision of you, God, is what David says here. And so here's another chapter. This has been a theme of the last number of chapters, early parts of this book, of a world of wickedness, being surrounded by wickedness, being surrounded by people who have evil plans and evil plots, who speak one thing but mean another thing. And it's this, for God to be shown as being real, God needs to do something about it. God needs to stand up for the righteous. God needs to stand up for the poor. When that happens, it's adir b'marom Hashem. Then God is dear and is beloved in the world. Until that happens, it's unclear. We don't see that happening. And so here too, David expresses a lot of what we've had in these past chapters of those central and those similar themes.